koutou, hello, ko aotearoa aho. I'm aotearoa and welcome to my first video. I'm not a famous person, I'm not well known for anything, so what am I doing here? Why am I making videos? And also, why did I spend the last of my few free days off of work getting all lined up to do it? I have a couple of manuscripts on the go at the moment that I want to publish one day, and while there's a lot of information out there about how to publish, what I've found myself looking for was writers who are sharing their journey from starting their manuscript to publishing, and especially from the perspective of newer writers. I think Christiane Jones makes my favourite content in this niche. She posts some of the coziest vlogs and updates on her writing progress as she goes along, and it makes for very, very wholesome content, and I enjoy it a lot. I'll link her channel below, so please do check her out. The multi-talented Christiane is based in Australia, which has a population more than 4 times that of Aotearoa, New Zealand, which is where I'm based. We sit at around 5.2 million, while I think Australia is well over 26 million at this point. So here goes nothing. I'll do it, and maybe another writer after me will learn from it. I'm introverted and self-conscious and not a great public speaker, so I never thought I'd be putting myself out there like this. But life is about experience and growing, or at least I think it is, and I kind of feel like the last few years have been building me up to be able to do this. As a kid, I loved to draw and write and sing and play, and I guess as I got older, a lot of that just kind of dropped off. And it's not, it's not a new story for I think a lot of us. But I think by the time I was 25, I found that I was really tired, I was stressed, and I probably would have struggled to explain or describe to anybody what I did for fun. I was studying at university at the time, and also really struggling to enjoy the process of learning. It felt like all I was really doing was churning out work that would get me through to graduation. In my final year, I enrolled in a couple of night classes so that I could learn for the sake of it, instead of because I needed to meet someone else's expectations. Both classes taught me a lot outside of the curriculum that they actually set out to, and I enjoyed them a lot. I think they also really set the stage for me to make the decision to enrol in a full-time, full immersion course for te reo Māori language. It's something I had always really wanted to do, and I guess at the heart of why I hadn't already done it was I was afraid of failing at it. And I think after doing those courses, it's not like I wasn't afraid of failing, I definitely very much was, but I think that my fear of failing no longer outweighed my desire to learn, and I think part of that was how much more enjoyment I got from both of those classes, and I think that really helped me overcome this mindset that you have to be good at everything right from the outset, and I think it set me up really well to go into that year of study. I studied a full-time immersion course for 8 months and continued learning about myself and making new connections, and I came out with renewed confidence in my sense of self. As I came to the end of that journey, I decided that I would start writing again, and aside from in my journal or for university magazines. I had started figuring out that adults are allowed to play and learn and do things just for the sake of it. So here I am, for the sake of it. I rediscovered old hobbies like reading and knitting and painting, and writing became a big part of my life. I had an idea for a novel a couple of years ago and joined a writers group for support and feedback. That project went about as far as an opening scene and some plot mapping before I got caught up just sort of living the rest of my life. And it's the project's been shelved ever since, until this year. This year I've set myself a goal to get the first 50,000 words of my novel set down on a bit of paper, or my screen, by December. If I'm honest, this is more than a little bit daunting, but I want to write it, and I've always been one to work better under the pressure of a deadline, so honestly I think putting the pressure on will help me. Hang out this year and see if I make it. I've otherwise been writing poetry for the last couple of years, and a few of my pieces were published this year. As I close in on writing my 60th poem sometime in the next couple of months, another goal for me is to edit this collection into a manuscript as well.
I've realised how much I enjoy creating and how much I want to keep doing it. I want to keep writing, I want to keep making stuff. I'm gonna start with pulling out that old project, and I want to see where that takes me once I sit down and really commit to it.
Ultimately, I think a lot of what I'm doing here is doing this project for the smaller version of me who never would have dreamed of giving up play and fun and joy. And if in the process another writer can learn from it as I'm muddling my way through it, then all the better.
I'll start uploading more content soon, but until then, noho ora mai, be well.